Hello, everybody. Welcome to Frequency 140. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Sean Bennett over here.
What up?
And our video today is about the top 3 WWE Survivor Series matches of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to give you our 3 picks for what they are, and then we're going to give a couple honorable mentions
I'm
in there
down with that.
too.
As should. This thing started in '87, dude.
Oh
It's
yeah, I know.
crazy to think 87, 1987.
Yeah, it's the second oldest pay-per-view they have.
And the only reason it was created was to basically screw over Jim Crockett Promotions and their Starcade.
Yeah, I know. It's a spike. It's a spike creation.
It has evolved. But yeah, Survivor Series was the second big pay-per-view created by the WWF at the time.
Absolutely.
So,
All right, so let's get this started, buddy.
All right.
All right, I'm going to go with my third pick, and this is going to be a little bit more modern.
Okay.
It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles from 2017, man.
Man, I am so glad not to cut you off. I'm because mine is pretty much all retro, but I was thinking about this today, and I was like, I was either going to throw this out there, but I kind of had a feeling you would, dude. Great pick.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right,
Dude,
go. I'm sorry, just go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good, man.
I
No
mean,
worries.
it is what a fantastic match.
Yeah, it's you get exactly what is billed, man. Like the phenomenal one versus the Beast,
dude.
And oh my God, it's brilliant.
Yes, it made it. I won't say it brought tears to my eyes, but I got stuff in my eyes, and my eyes started kind of reacting, and I couldn't, like, I told people don't look at me, my eyes are messed up. So, but yeah, just a wonderful match all the way around.
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
pick.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
pick.
I loved how they built it too. Was so it was supposed to be Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
and then they went overseas.
Yep.
And then AJ Styles won the belt like about I think 2 weeks before the pay-per-view,
Right.
and then it changed to the match everybody wanted. It's just a brilliant match.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, please go check it out.
Yes.
It is just absolutely phenomenal. Yes, pun intended.
Nice.
So
nice.
yeah, how about you, buddy? What's your number 3?
I loved my 1980s wrestling, especially WWF wrestling. And my number 3, 1990, is the debut of the Undertaker.
Yeah,
Right there,
yeah.
okay, and he's a part of the $1 Million Team versus the Dream Team, and he eliminates pretty much everyone.
Almost kills Coco.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. A funny story about that. That's the same year we got the Gobbledygooker.
Oh yeah,
And and for the longest time, Mark Callis thought, oh God, I'm going to be the Eggman. He literally, because he couldn't understand what was about to happen.
What he wanted. Yeah.
But what a debut! I mean, just watching it today, I watched it the other day, and just watching him come down the aisle for the first time, and just so stoic, and just the way he moves, and then when he takes his hat off and the blacked out eye. I mean, it scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, man. So, yeah, that's my number 3. Is the 1990 is the debut of the Undertaker between the $1 Million Team and the Dream Team.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
pick, buddy.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So my number 2 is going to be I wanted to throw in like a traditional Survivor Series match, like the traditional 5-on-5. And to me, the best one of those matches to me is in Survivor Series 2003. And it was Team Bischoff versus Team Austin for control of Raw.
Okay.
And then you have on one side, you have Team Austin, that is Shawn Michaels, RVD, Booker T, and the Dudley Boys, versus Team Bischoff was Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Christian, Scott Steiner, and Mark Henry. And dude, this match is so good. Like, because it comes down to having basically Shawn having to save the day here,
Right.
and like, oh my God, it goes so back and forth, and it's amazing match.
I like that pick as well, but also the fact that where they were at, I think in the time frame, this is 2003. I mean, we're 2 years removed. Yeah, about 2 years removed from the invasion. But I think at this point, with them splitting the brands, this was like the pinnacle of, what I'm saying? Like you said, you had the best of the best from both sides. Like, there wasn't no backups. There wasn't any, B teams. There, it was all.
It was all. Everybody everybody I just mentioned is going to be in the Hall of Fame, or if they aren't already in the Hall of Fame.
Man. This match was star power and quality.
Absolutely.
It delivered on all ends.
So, how about you, buddy? Number 2.
Right. Number 2. So, 1988, the second Survivor Series, we have a 10-team Survivor Series match.
Yes.
5 teams on each side. You have 10 men, right? 5 teams of 2. That's 10 men on each side of the ring. Now it's covering the whole ring, so you can't even see really what's going on, but just the amount of God, Demolition, British Bulldogs, Rougeau Brothers, Heart Foundation, Powers of Pain, Conquistadors,
Mm-hmm.
was it the Young Stallions, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything thrown in there. Um, I loved it. It was just like a smorgasbord of everything I wanted in professional wrestling right there. And
Yeah.
then we had the turn. That's the match we had the turn where Demolition had come out as heels
Mm-hmm.
with Mr. Fuji, and throughout the match, well, the Powers of Pain, Barbarian and Warlord leave with Mr. Fuji as their manager, and that leads us into WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
89, which is Powers of Pain versus Demolition. And that again, that just to me, I just loved, all it's just again just thrown in. Everything was
Yeah.
just there, yeah. And everybody that criticizes the match, well, you can't see the action. It's
Yeah.
1988, dude. It's 10 tag teams. It's
Yeah. The whole
hey,
ring is surrounded.
bro, enjoy it. Just so it's like
Yeah.
taking a big old like that big old Thanksgiving gravy and just sopping it up with that roll. Just take it all in, dude. That's what it's about. Just saying. That's how I feel about that one. So that's my number two.
So, yeah, before we get on to our number ones, let's do a
Okay.
couple of honorable mentions
Okay.
here. I'm going to do one, and this is, again, more modern, but I mean, when I saw this match, man, I was blown away, and I'm going to give it to Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair in 2018.
Nice.
That match is so good. It is brutal. I mean, these people are, especially those kendo stick shots,
Yeah.
those are real people. Sorry. You can't, I don't
You
think you
going
can
yeah, you gonna wake
fake
up in the
that one.
yeah, you gonna wake up in the
Like,
morning and see all those whelps and nuts and all those straps. That's
yeah,
real,
and
man.
it was supposed to be Becky
Yep.
versus Ronda, but the whole incident with Nia Jax busting her nose happened, and then she couldn't do it, so they substituted Charlotte Flair in, and man, they just had a classic. They burned the house down.
Right. I appreciate performers of that level that, they understand the stage and with their own, which they're on.
Hmm.
I mean, they put on a show. Yeah, I agree with you on that. That's an honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah, and then another one I'll put in there is the very first Elimination Chamber match
That's
in
right.
'02.
That is right. And to watch the match, dude. I mean, that's a
Oh yeah,
brutal
because yeah,
match.
we got Triple H versus Shawn versus Jericho versus Booker T, RVD, and Kane. I
Right.
mean, you can't go too wrong here.
Nope. Loaded.
Yeah,
Loaded.
and the biggest storyline being Shawn versus Triple H
Yep.
at this point. So
Watch that match. Triple H has always been candid about. I mean, he went all out in that. But if you watch the match, he got, I mean, severely injured. The
mm,
whole RVD
hmm,
off the little
yeah, the
capsule
pod,
thing. Yeah, the pod
yeah,
hit him in the throat. I mean, it was just brutal. I mean, and then you see him outside on those steel grades, and they take the bumps, dude.
yeah,
That's not
it's
moving.
not moving.
It's just
Yeah,
oh,
it hurts.
and you see the imprints on the back.
Oh yeah, that's why
Oh,
they put mats in there now.
oh,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, yeah, right on. Honorable
yeah.
mention for
So
sure.
yeah, yeah. You got two honorable mentions, buddy?
Honorable mention. Yeah, I don't want to say simply because it's cliche, but again, it's the screw job.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Okay, in '97.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and simply because it just changed the whole daggum dynamic.
I feel you, man. Yeah, no, that's one of the most important days in wrestling
Yeah,
history. It really is.
yeah.
I mean, I hate it because Bret Hart's my favorite wrestler, but I hated what happened, how it went down. But you know, it is
It
what it is. I mean,
it
it is important though.
yes,
It's
it
a
is.
it's a
It
big
is.
turning point.
My second honorable mention is probably going to be from 1987.
Okay.
It's going to be the women's tag team.
Oh really?
Dude, the
Okay.
Jumping Bomb Angels.
Yeah.
If you have not seen classic footage of the Jumping Bomb
My
Angels,
goodness, that's a deep cut.
oh my word, those ladies. Because at the time, no offense, but women's wrestling it's nothing like it is today.
Mm.
By no means. Went through so much evolution, but at the time, the Jumping Bomb Angels and the Japanese, they
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, they props, man. They come in and they changed the whole game to the point of where they got ran out of town because nobody knew how to work with them.
They're too
They
good.
were too good.
Yeah.
They were too good. That's right. That's right. So
All right, so we're going on to our number one picks, ladies and
okay,
gentlemen, and I'll go ahead and go first on this one. So I'm going to take you back to Survivor Series 1992. The
Here
main
we go.
event.
Now we're in my time.
Oh yeah, not the main event is Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
holy
And
crap,
that
this
was
is a fantastic match.
And this was even before all the craziness that went
Yeah,
down. This was the
this is the first time that they really fought each other singly
yeah,
on like national television, anyway.
in a phenomenal match.
Yeah, incredible, and it really shows you where the direction of professional wrestling is going at the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's just a classic. They put on a clinic, man.
It was another one of those, like you said, it was a pivotal point. It
Oh yeah,
gave everybody an idea of like, okay, so these guys aren't the biggest, they're not the most, muscle bound physiques, but man, these cats are
but
putting on a show
yeah, the
and they
quality
can
of that
go.
match. Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we were in good
So,
hands.
oh yeah, 10 out of 10. So I'm moving on to you, buddy. What's your number one?
Number one.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to go with the inaugural. I mean, we wouldn't have any of this when we talk about any of it without this match right here. And of course, it comes off the heels of WrestleMania number 3,
Okay.
1987, at the Pontiac Silverdome. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. That changed the world of
Yeah.
wrestling all the way around. I mean, that was it. That was the deal breaker. Um, Survivor Series, they teased the rematch, moving up, moving up, moving up, kept all the stuff and everything going on. Then we got our first somewhat of a rematch in Survivor Series, which was Team Hulk versus Team Andre.
Mhm.
You had Hulk Hogan, you had Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful,
Mhm.
you had Magnificent Morocco, the original
Oh
Rock,
yeah.
Don Morocco. You had Kim Patera, and then you had the up and coming and one of my favorites of all time, Bam Bam
Yeah, man.
Bigelow, right? And it was crazy because and this would have been a little bit of an iconic thing. Don Morocco was inserted late because it was supposed to be superstar Billy Graham.
Okay.
So you're supposed to
Yeah.
have Hulk Hogan, who modeled his entire career and gimmick after superstar Billy Graham,
And beard. Yeah.
and beard,
Yeah, or
right?
mustache.
And I think Billy Graham had 22-inch pythons, and Hulk Hogan had to have 24.
Of course.
You
Of
know,
course.
it's what it is. But they were supposed to be on the same team, but he couldn't, obviously, due to injury. So Don Morocco jumped in there. But you had Team Andre, and this was what looking back, I couldn't believe. I was like, man, that's a big old team. Andre the Giant, one man gang, King Kong Bundy. Okay,
Yeah.
Butch Reed and Rick Rude, and this was Rick Rude's rookie year in the WWF.
Mhm.
Um, he had just come off world class championship wrestling. He was actually their champion, their world heavyweight champion. Then kind of, went on up to New York as they all did.
Mhm.
We can make action figures. Okay,
Yep. Sold.
sold. Business.
Hey,
Um,
sure it is. Let's
But
make a penny.
you literally this whole match, you've got all this thing going down. We're anticipating the Hogan versus Andre face off again, the actual
Mhm.
rematch, right? But in the midst of all this, Hogan gets counted out. He slams King Kong Bundy on the floor. He gets counted out, so he's out of the match. So now you have Bam Bam Bigelow versus three individuals. It not only did it kind of give us a tease of what we were going for, but it made Bam Bam Bigelow,
Mhm.
because Bam
Sure
Bam
did.
Bigelow came back from a 3-1 deficit. He didn't win. Andre eventually beat him, but he still eliminated the two before he got to Andre.
Mhm.
So it made Bam Bam Bigelow, put him on the map. Was the somewhat rematch of Andre and Hulk, and was the very first Survivor Series that without it we wouldn't have a Survivor Series conversation to talk about.
That's right.
That's my number one.
That's great, man. Hell yeah. I love it.
Right on.
Man. Well, all right. With that being said, ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen, if you enjoy the show, please check us out. You can check us
absolutely.
out all over the place in the channel. You can check out all these videos. We got a bunch of top threes. I mean, on multiple things: Halloween Havoc, Hell
Mhm.
in a Cell. I
If
mean,
you love wrestling, subscribe.
yeah.
Let's say it again. Subscribe.
Yes.
Yes,
Like.
absolutely.
So, yeah, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Follow us on Instagram at F140Pod, and you can follow us on Patreon and Spotify on
Mhm.
at Frequency 140 Podcast. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send it to you, Mr. Bennett.
Well, sir, I appreciate again another opportunity to come in and hang out with you and just have a in-depth, wonderful discussion about professional wrestling and all the things we love and that encompasses this wonderful sport and
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. Right. So, with that being said, I want you guys to always know, geeks, Freaks, nerds unite. We're going to take over the world. How about that? Let's switch it up a little bit. We're going to. We don't want to. We're going to.
Damn
Y'all have a
right.
great day.
Peace.